Hello and welcome to Bethany Blethers. This is going to be a new little mini series on here, maybe a bit longer, who knows what it goes like, but it's going to be a little mini series on here every other week where I basically come on here and chat about a subject and we have a wee blether on the couch. If you don't know what blether means, it just means having a little chat, a little gossip, get a cup of coffee, go get a cup of tea, come blether with me, and this week's topic is about social media. I thought about Instagram for some questions about social media, and I have a bunch, but we have some topics we're basically going to discuss first and then we're going to go from there. I got a few questions specifically about how I joined social media and my journey, as if it's like my mental health journey. No, how I basically got introduced to social media and then how I made it my job. You may have grabbed a tea or coffee, I grabbed a Monster. So my first social media was Facebook. I think a lot of people my age, their first social media was Facebook. I remember I loved Facebook. I thought it was fun. I always liked the aspect of it's like people that you go to school with, so you could be like nosy online and see what they're up to. I did go back and look at my old Facebook, my old one, and it's so funny the way you'd speak to each other as if it's like a private chat, but it's actually just in comments. And also the abbreviations we used to use, or maybe I used to use, were so heavy. Like I would actually struggle to read it a little. Abbreviation text with my dyslexia at a young age, brain rot. Oh my god, I was reading some and I was like, I don't even know what I'm saying. Is that me being dyslexic now or is that me being dyslexic then? Or bofa, I think. But then I'm pretty sure it was Instagram. And Instagram, oh my god, I've always loved Instagram. I'm chronically online, okay, right? And I've always been chronically online. I loved Instagram. I thought it was so much fun. I loved the aspect of having your feed, you could make it look pretty. I had so many different eras on Instagram, like I archived so many posts, but I think I was 16 when I started archiving instead of deleting, which I'm so sad about. I do wish that I had that chunk of time beforehand on my archive, which, warning, by the way, see your archives on your social media apps, hard drive them and like back them up, because you never know how long that app's going to be about, okay, you never know. But anyway, so yeah, I loved Instagram, so much fun. And then I'm pretty sure I got Tumblr, and Tumblr in its heyday was fabulous. I found gayness through Tumblr, found my sexuality kind of developing through Tumblr, which sounds kind of dumb to say, but I think I had very, very small knowledge and representation and conversations with people that were gay. I met my first like gay woman, well, girl, it would have been my age when I was in hospital. That was the first time I'd ever met someone that was openly out and gay that was my age. I was 13 at the time, so it was always like, so that was my first introduction. And then I met I think like 2 other people, and then you go on Tumblr and it feels like everyone, because each platform is like kind of like stuff that it shows you, it's your own algorithm, it's your own everything, so like it just felt like everybody was gay. I was just like, oh my god, this is a whole community of people. And I made a Tumblr called Lesbian Beef, right? Beef was my nickname as a child, a kid. It didn't really have any origin other than I ate beef crisps and my friend called me it, and it kind of just, it rolls off the tongue. My brother still calls me it now. It's like, it just rolls off the tongue. I don't know, like beef. Try it if you have someone named Beth. It just rolls off the tongue. Anyway, so someone suggested Lesbian Beef because I was like, I have no idea what to call my Tumblr. I was in the group chat and I was like, I don't know what to do. And they were like, Lesbian Beef. And I went, great, makes no sense. Random, let me just... Little did I know, I grew that Tumblr to 50k followers. I started getting recognised in nightclubs at 18. I started going to Pride and people were coming up to me. By the way, I'm not meaning this and that. People were coming up to me. I'm so famous. My god, like I needed security. It was like 2 people. But for me, and all of that feeling online and not real, it was like, what the fuck? So that was crazy. I remember the first time it happened, I was at Pride and someone came up, and it's so funny because Tumblr was like a news feed of just absolute everything and anything, right? And I'll be selfie once in a while, I'm just kind of like, gay, every so often. So it's so weird that someone could see that in between all of everything and recognise me, which is crazy. So I think my first one happened at Pride, and I was just like, damn, this social media is real. I don't know, I personally, hello, hi, I'm Bethany, I have schizophrenia, so my perception of reality was skewed when I was unwell. So getting well, I sometimes, I guess, struggle with reality, with seeing it fully and properly. So in my brain, I am also really bad at like forgetting things are there if I can't see them. So like we'll buy bread and I'll put it in the cupboard and I forget I have bread, so then when I do remember when I open the cupboard, it's mouldy. That type of thing, so everything I need to see. So for me, when it was social media, I was like, this is a screen, this is what's in here, and it doesn't really come out of here. So when it did come out of there, it was kind of like, oh, and it was Tumblr. It wasn't really like Instagram where you have all your friends on it and you'd see what your friends are doing, you'd have pictures of your friends, which that felt more real. It felt like both worlds. Tumblr just kind of felt like its own world because I knew like 2 other people that had Tumblr and they hardly used it. Like everyone had it, but I don't think everyone really used it that often. So yeah, so when it came out of the phone and someone was like, oh my god, I follow you on Tumblr, like, cool, see you at Pride, I was like, huh? That's okay, thank you. It's that kind of like awkward feeling where you're like, damn, I post a lot of shit on there and you probably saw it all, and now you're coming up to me and being like, hello. I was like, hi, cool, very awkward, but very good. So then I loved Tumblr, and then Tumblr kind of went downhill very quickly when they started taking things off the app that people use the app for, which is really annoying. I hate when social media does this. Like, it is the pet peeve of pet peeves of everyone that does social media. It's like, imagine if TikTok just said you couldn't post videos anymore. They love to do that. I mean, they love to do that kind of thing. So then Tumblr went downhill and I really stopped using it. But I started using TikTok. Oh my god. TikTok. I love TikTok. It was lockdown when TikTok really popped off. I remember having conversations with people about TikTok and being like, oh, I'm not downloading it yet, as if I was this cool indie like hipster. I was like, no, I'm not downloading it. I don't need to download it. I have Instagram. I don't need to. No, I downloaded it. I got sucked in and I started making content and I love it. So TikTok started in lockdown. Absolutely loved it. What else am I going to do with my day? You know what's I didn't know nothing about videos. I didn't know nothing, okay? I just started making little fashion ones. I had like a whole routine, so I'd wake up, get ready, have something to eat, film a TikTok, literally one if I was feeling fancy and cool, 2, but 1, go out for a walk, get my dinner, go out for another walk, fill up my time with this other stuff, go to bed and repeat. That was my lockdown experience, was like duh, duh, duh. And I loved it. I know lockdown's a very touchy subject for people, and obviously it was really hard on a lot of people died. I have family members who sadly didn't make it through lockdown. Awful for a lot of people. I actually didn't hate it as much as I thought I would. I know a lot of people who actually liked the routine of it that you could make up for yourself. You could really like, I don't know, I think also a lot of our like social batteries have changed from lockdown. A lot of things have changed after lockdown, I think, with our own like beings, which sounds really dumb and like fluffy when I say it like that. I mean it like in a way where I don't think before we ever spent that much time with our family, with ourselves. It's a topic on its own. Lockdown was such a like crazy time for everyone. But anyway, I like the idea that I could have a routine and do it every day. Love TikTok. And that, I think I made about 6 or 7 TikToks, and then one of them did really well. And I was like, oh my god, this is actually really fun.
Hi, so I've got a lot of followers and I feel like I've never actually said my name or anything like that. So I'm Bethany, I'm from Scotland, I'm 21 now, god, I just turned that at January 10th there. Just come and say hi. 2 of my videos done really well, surprisingly, so thank you for the love, and people are really nice, which makes me happy. So
quite like this, because I hate to be the one to say this, right, but I think every creator has this feeling. You're more motivated when your videos do better, and I don't care what you say, everyone is the same as that. I know so many people that are like, I don't care what the numbers are going to post, I don't care, I love it, I love it. I love it as well, and I think, someone asked me this recently, was like, would you still post if only 10 people watched? I think I would. Like, it's not wholehearted. It can't be the whole reason that you post. It's because you need that satisfaction and then you focus solely on the numbers. But when things do well, it's more motivating. It is, and I don't think that's a bad thing to say. So when things started doing well on TikTok, I was like, oh, maybe I could post more than one in a day. Maybe I could do this, maybe I could do that. And I kind of started into that little cycle of, I'd post it, go to sleep, wake up, grab my phone and be like, did it do well? And when it didn't, it kind of like hurt a little. That's the cycle that you don't want to be in. Okay, that's a cycle that you have to get out, but everyone starts there. It's just humans. I think we all want that validation and we all want it quick and we want it fast. And when it happens really quick and it happens really fast, you want it up to again. And when it doesn't, it kind of hurts. That'll track your whole way forward through social media, and you just have to learn to not do that. But I was doing that. When I first did TikTok, I was doing that. I was like, but when it does well, it is so motivating. Ask any creator, when you've posted something that you love and you've enjoyed posting, honestly, especially when it's that, sometimes it's a little annoying when it's like a 3-second video that you filmed sitting on the couch and it pops off and you're like, fuck off, I spent hours making this video and doing it this way and editing and finding a way that I liked it, making sure I could film, getting ready, whatever. Not saying it's like a incredibly hard job, I'm just meaning when you put time and effort into something that doesn't do well, it sucks. But when it does well, oh my god, the absolute excitement you get, and I think every creator is the same, is so exciting. Especially when, I don't even just mean views, especially when it's comments. I love comments, but we'll get into all that later because I'm still talking on my social media timeline journey. So Tumblr, loved her. TikTok, loved her. Instagram, love her. The whole first year of college was in lockdown, and I decided to go do photography because just before lockdown happened, camera off my friend, bought it off them, and I absolutely loved shooting. I loved it, especially my girlfriend. I loved planning photo shoots, I loved going places, taking photos of her, coming home and editing the pictures of them. I adored it, and I think they loved it. I think at that point it kind of became some sort of like love language. They would kind of act like they didn't like it, but we both loved it. And then I started posting on Instagram for my photography. So it kind of just happened to be really like coincided with me posting my own stuff on TikTok and Instagram. So when I went to college that first year, I was just posting every so often. I wasn't really taking it seriously, whatever, posting this, that, like just keeping up with it, but not really like putting so much time and effort into it. Then summer happened and I was going to go back to college the next year. Summer happened, I went, you know what, it's summer, let me like put my all into this, let me film, have dedicated filming days, let me actually go out and shoot, let me focus on both apps, Instagram and TikTok, and really like do it, like have fun with it. And I was also still taking pictures with my camera. I was doing all this and I was like, fuck it, let's do it. Started doing it, and then I came back the next year to college and I had a friend be like, you really blew up over summer. And I was like, I kind of did, like nothing like crazy obviously. I think I had like I think I had like 15k on Instagram. The numbers I don't know exactly, and I think I had like 20 something on TikTok, which is a lot. Like I think we're so desensitized to numbers now, but like think of 1,000 people in a audience. Would you want to go in front of them and talk? No, you wouldn't. Let's half that. 500 people. Would you want to talk in front of them? Probably not. Let's half it again. Would you feel comfortable talking to them? That is a lot of people. When your video gets 250 views and you're like, oh, so annoyed. That's so many people. If you sat me on a stage with 250 people in front of me and I had to do a get ready with me, I'm shitting bricks. I wouldn't want to do that. So I think we get desensitized to numbers, but those are my numbers at the time. And came back over the summer and they were like kind of popped off. I was like, I kind of did. I kind of enjoyed it. So I just kind of had dedicated filming days in between college. I was doing college, I would film on a Monday, film all the content for the week and then focus on college, and it just kept growing. Slowly but surely kept going. Last year of college, it really kind of got going. I signed up with a manager, I can talk about that in a minute, and I started getting paid work. I was like, shit, this is like going somewhere. I started making money. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. How am I making money from this? Graduated college, doing social media. I think we just hit over a year of social media full time. and I'm here now, and I still love Instagram, I still love TikTok, and I'm posting on YouTube. Hello, hi everyone. I'm posting on YouTube. YouTube, I love you, bestie. Forgot you're even a social media platform. Love you so much. I use you as television. The TV license man comes knocking on my door and like, do you watch live TV? No, I watch YouTube constantly. I have been a YouTube girly, OG, since I was a child. I remember watching all the American creators randomly. I just stumbled across. Does anyone used to watch Just Judy Time? Loved her. Like long family vlogs, random. I watched them when I was like 12. I looked back at some and I'm like, oh my god, like they're older and their children are older. Wild. Anyway, love YouTube. I found it really hard to post on YouTube. I think I love the app so much, and it takes a little bit more time and effort obviously than short form content. It overwhelmed me, and I start posting, then I leave it, I start posting, then I leave it, because I want it to be good. Like, I get really anxious about YouTube. Instagram and TikTok, I think I'm naturally just a little bit better at, so I don't find myself getting overly anxious about it. YouTube, I'm like, I love this platform so much that I'm nervous to put things out on it that I don't like. And also, YouTube is a slow burner, which you would think other social media would follow along to my YouTube, but it's kind of hard to get people to like cross-platform. So YouTube doesn't perform as well as my other apps, so that also comes into my head. So I feel like I'm back at that TikTok stage where I'm like posting something and hoping it does something, when I should just be posting it and leaving it. And that's kind of what I've got to now on YouTube, where I'm filming stuff that I love to film, that I can look back. My favourite thing about some of my YouTube videos is that I can watch them back with my girlfriend. My mum can watch them and she can see what we're up to. We're going on holidays, we're going on trips. Like, I'm looking back, my brother lives in Australia, and I can look back when he's in vlogs. So I've been doing it for myself recently, and that's really helped, I think, my own like mindset with YouTube to post more. But anyway, that's where I am with YouTube now, and I think that's all the social medias that I've had. I know Snapchat's a social media, but it's not really. It's like a messaging, it's like Facebook Messenger. I don't really class that as like a social media presence. I know some people get paid lots of money on Snapchat though in America, it's crazy. But that's my own like kind of journey with social media, and it's my full-time job, which is also jarring to say. I was at a gynecologist appointment and they were asking what my job was, and I was like, I always say content creator first. It happened in the Apple store when I was getting my new phone as well. They asked what job I was because I wanted a tax form for my phone so I could read it off. Anyway, rich? No, not rich. I was like, oh, I do content creation, and like for a brand, for like a company, and I was like, for myself, and they were like, oh, what content? I'm like, fashion, lifestyle. I'm like so awkward about it. I'm so awkward about it. You know who's not awkward about it? My girlfriend. My girlfriend will yap your ear off about my job. I love to hear it from the third party self. I'm like, oh, it's so nice to speak about me. But I hate speaking about it, and I kind of hate that I do it because it's my job. I think a lot of the influencer world gets a little overly critiqued, even though I have lots of critiques about the influencer world and the influencer demographic, but I do think it gets overly critiqued, and it's mostly a female-led industry, and I think that's one of the reasons why it gets so critiqued. Obviously, other than the very valid stuff, because believe you and me, sometimes I see stuff and I'm like, I don't think I'm in the same job as them. How are you this? We'll talk about that later. We'll shelf that for now, but some of these content creators, influencers are so big-headed that it's actually jarring. I actually can't. It is. That's another topic. Okay, we're going to get to the questions because I could just ramble on, but that is my journey with social media so far and kind of where I'm sitting at now. So I asked on Instagram for some questions, and we're going to go through those. First question is, do you recommend doing UGC or content creation like influencers? So there is kind of two different demographics when you tell someone you're doing content creation. You could do UGC work, which is you're creating content for brands and creating contents for products and things. You're not really creating content for yourself, so that you could see content and you have like no idea who made it. It's just like you're modelling almost. And then when you have like influence and content creating, which is kind of you're making a brand for yourself. So you're promoting stuff that you love, that you enjoy. You're promoting yourself basically. You're promoting your personality. You're promoting your like life. You're promoting your sense of fashion. And then you ended up getting brand deals for that because people watch because they like you. People watch because they like, it could be your style, your your life, your aesthetic. It could be such a variety of things, but they're really focusing on you. They're two separate situations. I know you can make a lot of money on both, but I'm pretty sure you make more money. This is my opinion, I'm pretty sure the influencer market makes more money, mainly because I'm pretty sure influencers make more money than UGC people. This is in the UK though. In America, their money for that is wild. It's also wild here, like some brand deals I hear of, and like some of my own where I'm like, fuck, are crazy and wild. It completely depends on your own opinion. Like, if you want to promote you, then do this. And if you want to promote brands and you're more shy, or you don't really want to promote you as a person, but you love like photography and aesthetics and all that, go there. But you can do both. I definitely lean more to the influencer side, but I also do UGC as well, so you can like make a combo, and I think most people do combos pretty much. Even creators that are specifically UGC, I see a lot of creators that are UGC make content and whole channels about being a UGC creator, so then you're kind of seeing them as you like them, so you're following how they make content, so then it slides over to here. So they definitely are a kind of pull and tug of each other. So I would recommend doing both. I'd recommend posting, because I didn't start posting because I'm like, I want everyone to love me, I want everyone to watch me, I want everyone to think I'm cool, I want everyone to be influenced by me. I started posting because I liked making the wee videos, I liked editing them, I liked posting them, I liked engaging with people, I liked making little outfits, and I liked documenting things. So that's kind of where I started, and then it just kind of like snowballs. So it depends where you want to go, it depends where you want to start. I didn't start with the intention of here. I didn't start with the intention of making this my full-time job, getting paid, and living off of it. I didn't start there. But if you want to start there, which I know a lot of people do, I would recommend doing it for a bit and seeing if you actually like it. I see so many people start it, do kind of well at first, use that as their motivation instead of actually the motivation of enjoying it. Your numbers kind of dwindle a bit, and then you just crash out because you didn't actually ever enjoy it. You enjoyed what came with it, which is a lot of people that happens to, which is valid, because you start getting a lot of attention on something, you're going to actually enjoy it, and your brain could start thinking, I'm enjoying this. But then when the validation goes away, you're like, why am I not enjoying this anymore? And it's probably because you didn't enjoy the actual activity of making content, you enjoyed the after effect of making content. So I always say that to people, I'm like, you need to actually enjoy it. I love taking pictures, I love taking videos. If I am out and about, my camera roll is full. It's not just, I don't just mean selfies, I mean of things. I think that's where my photography comes in as well. It's like, I've always liked creating things, so then posting them just feels natural. Next question is, what goes into your average working week, both filming and behind the scenes? So like I said, I'm going to go back a little. In college, I filmed I had a Monday off. And it was 3 days, was it 3.5 or 3 days? Can't remember. We'll say 3 days in a week. Obviously that doesn't include homework and studying and all that. So every single week I would take my Monday, film on a Monday, and I would film a minimum of 7 videos. Carousel pictures I usually would get during the weekend if me and Erin were out. But if not, I would take ones at home for during Instagram, and I'd make sure the weekend, like the Sunday before, I was looking at trends, what people were posting, what I wanted to post, write it all down. I always have a notes app of video ideas. So then Monday would come and I would do them all, and then the rest of the week I could solely focus on college. And at that time it wasn't as much paid work as it is now. But now, basically my whole week is empty to film. So I make my own kind of schedule up. So usually Mondays, just because it still feels really natural to, I'll always film on a Monday. But again, it completely depends, and you kind of have to be more self-sufficient. You really have to like force yourself basically to do things, because there's going to be times even when you love something that you don't want to do it, but if you have to do it. I probably film 2 days a week when I'm not feeling it, and when I'm feeling it, I will just needed a moment. Now each week it depends what day, but minimum twice in a week. I will get up, I'll get ready early-ish, and I'll film a bunch of content. If I know it's not a busy week, I will film a video, edit it, film, edit. It takes way more time, but if I have a busier week with other stuff, like I've got appointments or I've got stuff to do, or this or that. I will film a bunch and then edit it all later in the day, and it takes less time and I can film more. With doing YouTube, I have a dedicated YouTube day. Again, this varies depending on what I'm doing that week, but I'll have a dedicated day during the week where I do a YouTube video, I film it fully and I edit it fully, and I know I can post it once the week has passed from the last one. It depends, and I know a lot of people struggle with motivation, and honestly so do I. I love doing this, but sometimes even myself, I'll get up and I know it's a filming day and I'm like, I'll double check if I have enough content to last me for the next day, and I'm like, yeah I do, okay, well I'm not filming today. Could be a variety of reasons, but I always make sure when I film content, I overly film it. I film more than I need for mental health days and for days that I'm not feeling it and I don't have to. What is my least favourite trend? Oh my god, my least favourite trend is, this happens every few months, and when you realise it, you will clock it every time. But every single beauty trend that happens, high contrast makeup's one right now. Are you high or are you low contrast makeup? What? Russian doll legs. Do you want to get Russian doll legs? Like all these like stupid beauty things. Clean girl aesthetic. I'm trying to think of things. Happen like every so often. Do you want this or do you want that? Do you a fox or you're a rat, or you like stupid shit? And it just seems very recycled. Do you have fox eyes? Do you have Bambi eyes? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want a lot? Like, I think it creates more of these standards of beauty where it's just like, fuck, like why, how are you creating more? How are you creating more of these when there's already so many in the ball? I will pop a bunch on screen. I don't know if I can't word it right now, but it's all of these random little trends that come along being like, are you high contrast? Are you low contrast? What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Some people need heavier makeup and lighter makeup. Okay, babes. Figure it out. Like, that just, to me, it's dumb. It's dumb, okay? That's my least favourite trend, because it recycles and it repackages every few months to something stupider. What is the kind of content / ad you have done but don't want to do again? Oh, I'm trying to think. Because I take on stuff that I only really take on stuff that I love, so it's kind of hard to think of anything. Probably toys. I don't know. It's nothing to do with that. Honestly, a little of like lingerie stuff as well. I don't really want to do that because it attracts a lot of men, which sucks. So probably things like that. And my last question is, do you think doing photography at college helped with your social media? Yes! Yes, it did. So much. It taught me so much. It taught me Photoshop. It taught me like composition. It taught me a lot of things that actually helped so much with this. Also, it taught me to read briefs, follow briefs, do briefs, which you get all the time with brands. And I think altogether it kind of just helped me see more creatively. It helped so much. I think I've yapped on enough. There are more questions, but I think maybe we'll do a part 2 if you want them. But this has been my little social media rant on the couch, all cozy. If you have any opinions, drop them below, and you have any topics, drop them below. Tell me your social media journey, tell me what's your favourite app. Honestly, tell me anything you want to know, and anything I want to know, because I love reading comments.
Okay, I found this on the web for social media on the couch, or if you have any opinions.
What a rude little bitch. Anyway, in part 2, we'll probably talk about brand deals and things, if we do it, because that is a whole lot of tea. But I've filmed for so long, I don't want this to be so long, so if you want a part 2, let me know. And I love you all so much.